Hello. In response to a couple of requests from students, I'm going to do a quick video taking you through an example of how you might practice revision of paper 1, particularly looking at fact and opinion and use of language questions. Right, the trick is just find a text that you can use as a model. There's loads of them obviously on the internet. I would use newspapers as a good place to start. I'm going to use this text here about swearing from the good old Daily Express, which I just found on the internet. Okay, right. I'll put the article on linked on the bottom of this video so you can find it too, and we'll look at these possible approaches and questions. How does the article use fact and opinion? How does the article use language to engage the reader or to persuade the reader of its point or whatever? Okay, so they're the type of questions you might get from a similar article in your exam. Right, first of all, this is the beginning of the article. If you Google a bit of it, like I Googled the first line, then you'll find the whole thing on the internet here. Okay, so I would suggest that you do that and get it onto Word or something like that so you can read it all properly. However, just going back to the beginning, let's have a look at it. Okay, swearing has become the curse of modern British life, with the vast majority of us no longer offended by bad language, according to shocking new research. Can I suggest you pause the video now and read the rest of that yourself? Okay, now we'll go through it. Facts and opinions. Okay, there's quite a lot of facts in this because it's based on research. So you've got the vast majority of us are no longer offended, according to the research. The fact that there's research to back it up tells us that it's a fact. More than 9 out of 10 adults now admit to swearing every day. It's a fact because it's got evidence to back it up. The average Briton now swears 14 times a day. Another fact. Another fact. So there we go. 90% of the adult population no longer fazed by the use of expletive. Another fact because it's a research study. Okay, so you could prove if it was accurate or not. In terms of opinion, here we go. Swearing has become the curse of modern life. Clearly, that is an opinion. So it's taken the facts, it's looked at some facts, and then it's made an opinion out of it. Lots of people would say swearing isn't really a problem. The Daily Express have concluded that it is the curse of modern British life. The curse of modern British life, which is a rather splendid conclusion, I think, from the Daily Express. What else? Shocking new research. Now the bit that it's factual that the research is new, it's opinion that the research is shocking. Lots of people would not be shocked at the fact that people swear. Okay, what else? Influenced by television. I can't see evidence for that, and as a media studies teacher, I think to put it down just to influenced by television, I think it's questionable. So that's an opinion. Our behaviour is heavily influenced by the increased use of bad language on television. Now there, you'd think it's a fact, isn't it? It's an example of something being presented very confidently as if it's a fact. But actually, and you go on, it says, say critics. So, I mean, that's people who have opinions about this sort of thing. Well, you know, that's a classic example of an opinion being presented confidently as if it's a fact, an opinion pretending to be a fact, really. Okay, what you also need to do then, if we look at that, there's the different uses of facts and opinions. So, you know, facts used here to kind of give weight to the argument. Statistics used to grab the attention here, more than 9 out of 10, and opinions being used to make it seem important or shocking. Okay, to try and change our view of the facts. There's another video about fact and opinion on this website if you want to watch that, which will explain in more detail the ways fact and opinions are used. The other thing you can do then is go through and find examples of language use and say how they're used. So swearing has become the curse of modern British life is an example of metaphor. It's a very emotive metaphor, suggesting that swearing is a curse, like a disease, you know, like a terrible, terrible problem. Shocking new research is an example of emotive language with the use of the word shocking. Okay, what I suggest you do is read the article, try and answer the two questions which two questions which we set at the beginning. How does it use fact and opinion? How does it use language? Use PEE, and then what you could do is to write an article in which you argue that tolerance of swearing is not a problem, or that swearing is not a problem in British life. Right, that'd be a good thing to do to help you revise for your exam.